Most people don't think of food when they think of arthritis treatment. But certain fish have been proven to reduce joint pain, stiffness, and swelling naturally. And I'm here to tell you, this isn't some trendy diet claim. This is backed by science. If you're waking up every morning feeling stiff, if your knees ache after a short walk, or if simple things like opening a jar or climbing stairs feel like a workout, you're not alone. Over 54 million adults in the US are living with some form of arthritis. That's 1 in 4 people. And for many of them, the pain isn't just in their joints. It's in their daily life. It shows up when you try to play with your grandkids, when you get dressed, when you lie in bed at night and can't find a comfortable position. Arthritis steals more than just movement. It takes away confidence, freedom, peace of mind. Now, here's the truth that often gets overlooked. Pain relief doesn't only come from a prescription bottle or a physical therapist's office. In fact, one of the most powerful tools for healing might already be in your kitchen, on your plate. And that's exactly what we're going to explore together in this video, starting with 3 types of fish that have been scientifically shown to fight inflammation, ease pain, and support long-term joint health. You've probably walked past them at the grocery store 100 times, but today you're going to see them in a whole new way. Because you deserve answers that are simple, natural, and actually work. You deserve to feel hopeful again. Stick with me through this video. I'll walk you through each fish, explain exactly how they help, and show you how to make them part of your life without stress or confusion. And if any part of this helps you feel a little stronger, a little more in control, I'd love it if you'd subscribe to this channel so we can keep supporting your health together. Now let's start with a small fish that delivers big relief: sardines. So, why sardines? It might surprise you, but these tiny fish, often packed in a can and sitting quietly on grocery shelves, are one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory foods you can eat, especially if you're dealing with arthritis. Let's break it down. Sardines are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid, and DHA, docosahexaenoic acid. These aren't just healthy fats. They're inflammation-fighting molecules that have been studied extensively for their impact on joint pain. A 2017 study published in Annals of the Rheumatic Diseases found that patients with rheumatoid arthritis who consumed higher levels of omega-3 had significantly reduced joint pain and morning stiffness, and were less likely to need additional pain medications. That's not opinion. That's peer-reviewed science. What makes sardines special is their density. Gram for gram, they contain more EPA and DHA than almost any other fish. That means even a small serving, just one, can deliver a therapeutic dose of these natural anti-inflammatories. So, how do these omega-3 work exactly? Imagine your joints like tiny machines. Over time, the wear and tear creates heat, inflammation. Omega-3 act like coolant fluid, calming the inflammation by reducing cytokines and prostaglandins, the chemical messengers that trigger swelling and pain. But sardines don't stop there. They're also one of the best natural sources of calcium, especially if you eat the soft bones inside. Yes, they're perfectly safe and easy to chew. And when you live with arthritis, bone strength matters more than ever. Weak bones can worsen joint instability and increase your risk of falls or injuries. Plus, sardines are rich in vitamin D, which helps your body absorb that calcium and also supports immune balance, something especially important in autoimmune forms of arthritis, like rheumatoid arthritis or lupus. According to the Journal of Clinical Rheumatology, low vitamin D levels are linked to increased arthritis, pain, and progression. And yet, most older adults in the US are vitamin D deficient and don't even know it. Here's the kicker. Sardines are also very low in mercury, unlike larger fish like tuna. That makes them safe to eat regularly, even for older adults who may already have multiple health concerns. And affordability? Sardines are inexpensive, shelf-stable, and require no fancy cooking skills. They're ideal for seniors living on a budget, or anyone who just wants a simple, reliable way to support their joints. Let me give you an example. I had a patient, Marie, 67 years old. She didn't like cooking much and hated taking pills. She started adding sardines to her lunch twice a week, mashed on whole grain toast with a little avocado and lemon. That's it. 3 months later, she told me her hands weren't locking up in the morning like they used to. She could zip up her jacket again. It's such a small thing, she said, but I feel like I got part of my life back. That's the power of consistent, natural choices. Now, I know some of you might hesitate because of the smell, the texture, or just the unfamiliarity. And that's okay. New habits take time. But sardines can be enjoyed in so many ways. Mashed into egg salad, tossed into a spinach salad, flaked into pasta with olive oil and garlic. You don't have to love them, you just have to give them a chance. Start with 1 small can a week. See how your body responds. Let it be an experiment in healing. Because sardines may be small, but their impact on your joints can be big. In the next part, we'll meet another quiet hero in the seafood aisle, one that packs even more omega-3 second than salmon. Stay with me. If sardines are the quiet healers hiding in plain sight, then mackerel is the forgotten warrior. It doesn't get the attention salmon does, but if you're looking for serious anti-inflammatory power, mackerel deserves a place on your plate. Mackerel is incredibly rich in omega-3 fatty acids, especially EPA and DHA, the same compounds we talked about earlier. But here's what most people don't know. Mackerel contains even more omega-3 second per serving than salmon. That means 1 small fillet can deliver a significant dose of natural joint support. So, what does that mean for you? EPA and DHA work by downregulating inflammatory pathways, especially those linked to chronic joint pain. One 2020 review in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences explains that omega-3 second actively reduce the expression of enzymes like COX-2, which are involved in producing inflammatory prostaglandins. Translation? Less swelling, less stiffness, and a smoother range of motion. But that's just the beginning. Mackerel is also a top source of vitamin B12, a nutrient that often gets overlooked in arthritis care. B12 plays a vital role in nerve health and energy production. And if you've ever felt that constant fatigue that seems to come with arthritis, that deep, draining tiredness that turns small tasks into big ones, low B12 could be part of the reason. I had a patient named George, 72 years old, who used to feel wiped out by noon. He started eating canned mackerel twice a week, just mixed into a salad or flaked over toast. Within a few weeks, he said something that stuck with me. I still have arthritis, but I don't feel defeated by it anymore. Mackerel also delivers selenium, a powerful trace mineral that acts as an antioxidant shield. Why does that matter? Because people with arthritis tend to have higher levels of oxidative stress. Basically, their cells are under attack from unstable molecules that accelerate tissue damage. Selenium helps neutralize those molecules, slowing joint breakdown and potentially protecting cartilage over time. And if you're someone living with autoimmune arthritis, like lupus or rheumatoid arthritis, this next part matters even more. Mackerel supports your immune system, helping to modulate immune responses without overstimulating them. That's crucial when your immune system is part of the problem. Now, let's get practical. How do you eat mackerel? You can find it fresh, frozen, or canned. Grilled mackerel with lemon and rosemary is a simple, delicious meal. Canned mackerel, especially when packed in olive oil, is quick and convenient. You can flake it into scrambled eggs, toss it with pasta and spinach, or mash it with avocado for a satisfying sandwich. And the best part? You only need 1 to 2 servings a week to start seeing benefits. That's manageable, that's sustainable, and it's something you can do without turning your entire lifestyle upside down. If the taste is unfamiliar, start small. Try 1 recipe. Adjust the seasonings. Mix it with ingredients you already like. The goal isn't perfection, it's momentum. Every meal is a new opportunity to tell your joints, I'm supporting you. In the next part, we'll shift gears to a fish that's better known but still misunderstood, salmon. Yes, the pink fillet that everyone talks about. But today, I'll show you what makes it truly special, beyond the hype. Stay with me. We've talked about the underrated heroes. Now let's focus on the one fish that gets most of the spotlight, and for good reason: salmon. Yes, it's popular. Yes, you've seen it on menus and grocery store shelves for years. But don't let its familiarity fool you. Salmon isn't just a healthy option. It's one of the most complete joint-healing foods available, and it works on multiple levels. First, let's talk about its omega-3 content. Like sardines and mackerel, salmon is packed with EPA and DHA, which, as we've discussed, help reduce the production of inflammatory chemicals in the body, particularly cytokines and prostaglandins. But here's the key. Salmon delivers those omega-3 second in a highly bioavailable form, meaning your body can absorb and use them efficiently. A 2018 clinical trial published in the Journal of Nutrition found that individuals with knee osteoarthritis who consumed salmon twice a week reported significantly reduced joint pain and improved physical function compared to those who didn't. These weren't dramatic changes overnight, but steady, meaningful improvements over time. Exactly the kind of progress that matters when you live with chronic pain. But salmon's healing power goes beyond omega-3 second. It's also an excellent source of vitamin D, a nutrient most older adults are lacking, especially those with arthritis. Low vitamin D levels have been linked to increased joint pain, muscle weakness, and poorer response to treatment, especially in autoimmune types of arthritis. Getting it through food is not only safe, but more effective long-term than relying solely on supplements. And there's something else inside salmon that often gets overlooked: astaxanthin. It's the natural antioxidant that gives salmon its pink-orange color. But it's more than just pretty, it's powerful. Astaxanthin protects cells from oxidative damage, which contributes to aging, tissue breakdown, and the kind of low-level inflammation that grinds away at your joints over time. According to Research in Marine Drugs 2020, astaxanthin has both anti-inflammatory and cartilage protective effects, making it uniquely suited to support joint health in seniors. I once had a patient, Eleanor, in her late 62nd. She didn't want to overhaul her diet, but she was tired of waking up stiff and going to bed sore. We started with just one simple change: adding baked salmon to dinner twice a week. 6 weeks later, she told me she could go on longer walks and actually enjoy them. I didn't think food could do that, she said, but it can, when you choose the right kind. The best part? Salmon is easy to prepare. You can bake it with olive oil and lemon, grill it with herbs, or flake it into a salad. And if fresh salmon doesn't fit your budget, canned salmon is a great option. Just choose BPA-free cans, packed in water or olive oil, and ideally with bones included for added calcium. One small warning: some farmed salmon may contain fewer omega-3 second and more contaminants than wild-caught. So when possible, choose wild salmon, especially varieties like sockeye or coho. You don't need to eat it every day. 2 to 3 servings a week is enough to start seeing the benefits. And just like with sardines and mackerel, consistency is what matters, not perfection. Now that we've explored all 3 of these powerful fish, sardines, mackerel, and salmon, the question becomes, how do you actually make this work in real life? What if you forget, get bored, or just don't know where to start? That's exactly what we'll walk through next, in a simple, no-pressure way that fits your life. Stay with me. So now you've got the knowledge. You know which fish help fight inflammation. You understand how they work inside your body. But if you're like most people I talk to, there's one more hurdle. How do I actually stick with it? The truth is, healing only happens when knowledge turns into action. But that action doesn't have to be overwhelming. You don't need a complicated meal plan. You don't need fancy kitchen tools. You don't even need to like every fish on the list. What you need is a simple rhythm, a routine you can actually live with. Here's what I often suggest to my older patients. Pick 2 days a week to eat fish. That's it. Monday and Thursday, or Tuesday and Saturday. Make it part of your rhythm, like brushing your teeth or having your morning coffee. If you enjoy cooking, great, bake a salmon fillet or warm up a mackerel steak with lemon and olive oil. If not, that's fine too. Keep canned sardines or canned salmon in your pantry. Pop one open, mash it into some avocado, or toss it into a salad. It takes 2 minutes, and your joints will thank you for it. If your grocery budget is tight, canned options are your best friend. A can of sardines or salmon costs less than a fancy coffee and does far more for your long-term health. The key is consistency. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep showing up for yourself, one small decision at a time. And if you're worried about getting bored, remember you can rotate. One week it's grilled salmon. The next it's sardines on toast. The week after that, mackerel stirred into a warm bowl of rice. You don't need to reinvent the wheel, just keep it rolling. Some of my patients find it helpful to write it down. Not as a rigid diet, but as a gentle reminder. This week, I'll give my joints what they need twice. That's it. Just twice. And here's something important. Don't let guilt sneak in. If you miss a week, if dinner plans change, if you forget, it's okay. Healing is not about being perfect. It's about building momentum. You're not just feeding your body. You're sending it a message. I'm listening. I care. I want to feel better. And that message over time is what turns pain into progress. In the final part of this video, I'll leave you with something I say often in my practice. You're never too old, and it's never too late. What you choose today, even if it's just one meal, can shape how you feel next month, next year, even the rest of your life. Let's wrap this up together. You've made it to the end, and that tells me something important. It tells me that you care about your body, that you're not ready to let joint pain decide how your days go, and that even if you've been living with stiffness or soreness for years, a part of you still believes things can get better. You're right. Whether it's sardines, mackerel, or salmon, these aren't just foods. They're tools. Tools you can use to calm inflammation, strengthen your bones, support your immune system, and feel more like yourself again. Not overnight, but over time, bite by bite. I know change can feel overwhelming. I know the pain can feel relentless. But I've seen what happens when people take just one small step, like choosing a better meal and do it again the next week, and again after that. Their body begins to respond. Their mood shifts. Their energy returns. Hope comes back. And here's the part I want you to remember most. You're never too old. You're never too late. It doesn't matter if you're 60, 70, or 85, your body is still listening. It still wants to heal. So maybe today is the day you pick up that can of sardines, or try salmon baked with lemon, or add mackerel to your grocery list for the first time. Maybe today you say, I'm not giving up on my joints. If this video gave you even one helpful idea, one reason to feel a little more hopeful, I want to thank you for watching, truly. And if you'd like more gentle, trustworthy guidance like this, feel free to subscribe to Golden Health. We're here for you with simple, honest advice that helps you live well at every age. Until next time, stay strong, stay curious, and keep nourishing your body with care. You deserve it.